So we're going to need some golf shoes for this muck. So a few days ago, there was an active shooter on a school in Arlington. Some school, Timberview High. Anyways, it was a tussle between a couple of kids. They got into a fist fight. And when the teachers broke it all up, one of the kids pulled the gun and started shooting. And I guess 2 people were hit with bullets. And 2 others were just injured, I guess, in the scuffle. The trying to run away from the gunfire. But anytime there's an active shooting in a school, there seems to be this weird call for the gun grab. We need more common sense laws. We need more common sense background checks. Okay, well, let's run through that real quick. The shooter was 18 years old. Well, in the state of Texas, 18-year-olds aren't allowed to possess handguns. That's what the shooter had. All right? There is no guns allowed on campus in Texas. Well, the kid brought a gun on school, so nothing you can really do about that. The gun was illegal, not licensed, and or registered. So you gun grabbers out there, tell me exactly what law, run me through the mental gymnastics, tell me exactly what law you propose so this doesn't happen again. Because this kid committed 3 crimes. This 18-year-old kid. 3 crimes with guns. On top of the other crimes like attempted murder. But 3 different laws he broke with the gun laws. 3. So, exactly what laws are you talking about that need to be added to have prevented this situation? Like I said, you always say common sense. We need common sense reform. We need common sense gun laws. Let me run you through my common sense. My common sense tells me that maybe we should have 2 police officers on every campus in every school. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. 2 police, all campuses, all schools, all states. On top of that, have cameras, live feed cameras in every hallway, every classroom, everywhere in the school. This way, if there is an active shooter, the police that are on duty will know exactly where the active shooter is at all times. And it will be able to put that situation down in the bare infancy of it. You could have 2 police officers immediately on the scene, exactly knowing where that shooter is at. So 2 police officers at all times, cameras everywhere. And it helps the teachers be able to direct students and faculty into areas that aren't dangerous, where there is no active shooting at the time. And bada bing, bada boom, you have common sense. Common sense gun law, common sense just law right there. Where you can protect students and faculty. On top of that, I think it'll do a lot of good in other places, like molestation on school campus. That'll immediately put a stop to that. What about child abuse from teachers? There's been reports in the news where teachers have been taping kids' mouths shut, taping kids to their seats. That's just child abuse, plain and simple. That'll put a stop to that. Brilliant. Look at that. Just by adding a few cameras and a few cops, you have eliminated a lot of problems that happen in school. It'll stop the indoctrination of children too. You got that teacher out in California that was teaching his kids how to be communists. Look at that. You put a stop to that too. You will literally put a stop to 95% of all problems. The only real problems you'll have is 2 Thundercat young men with testosterone pumping through their veins wanting to fist fight. That's what you won't stop. Because you can't stop kids from being stupid. Just not possible. So there you go. There's my common sense for you. 2 cops, cameras everywhere. Stop whole slews of problems. So stop trying to take away good citizens that do not commit crimes. Stop trying to take their guns away because of a few bad apples. A few bad-seated people that want to do the wrong thing all the time instead of the right thing. Crimes aren't being committed by law-abiding citizens. Some law-abiding citizen you know what, in these background checks, we've already got background checks. Every state, no matter what, all gun shows, all gun stores, you can't walk into a store all Dirty Harry style and be like, I want that gun right now. And you know what, forget about the paperwork. It doesn't work that way. That gun is registered to the ATF and the FBI. That gun owner is not going to lose his license by selling you a weapon that he cannot inventory. He cannot be like, oh, you know, well, sorry guys, that gun kind of turned up missing. Excuse me? Guns don't just turn up missing. Not at these places. So no, they're not doing that for you gun grabbers out there. Gun shows aren't just doing backdoor deals, selling weapons. They don't need to. There's more than enough citizens that will legally buy them to where they don't need to illegally do it. The only people that have illegal guns are criminals that can't own a gun because they've got 15 felonies and yet they're still out of jail. There's some more common sense law. Somebody's got 15 felonies. You probably want to make the assumption that he is a career criminal and he should just be locked up. Yeah, you know, let's just make that bold assumption right there. That he's not going to get better. There's going to be no reform for him. Like I said, you want common sense, 2 police officers, every school, every campus, all states, every school, every campus, live video feed. You'll solve the problem. Or at least you'll minimize the casualties, let's say that. Because bad people are going to do bad things regardless of what laws you decide to put on the books or not. I mean, we do spend plenty of money on all this nonsense. So, I mean, we spend plenty of money at schools every year for little to no real change in the education system. I mean, kids are seemingly getting dumber. So, I mean, at least put that money to good use and, you know, try to keep them safe. We're all falling asleep at the wheel on this one. Like, share, comment, subscribe.